I'm Crystal from the Almas, and you are listening to the Brutally Delicious Podcast.
The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Of course.
So let's talk about the Almas. I'm going to be honest with you. Today is a day of interviews I've done. I've been doing them all day, and about 3 or 4 of them I've been so pleasantly surprised with the bands I had not ever heard of that should have been on my charts a long time ago. So love the stuff.
Well, awesome.
Thank you.
I was prepping this morning. I was listening to it. So what's been the response to Lifeline so far?
We've heard nothing but really good responses. This is honestly our favorite release. This is the one that we were most excited for, but we weren't sure exactly what the feedback from the fan base or new audience was going to be, and we're just mind blown at the support for this one.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So when you were writing the new record, did you consciously try not to recreate the last one and create the Almas, or I guess a progression, or was it a natural thing?
I would say yes and no in 2 different parts. Yes, we planned to do something different than our last record, our last single. However, the fun of this what went into this new EP that we were releasing singles for kind of hit us by surprise, because as much as we were ready for a new direction, we didn't expect to actually go through a new direction. And with that was our producer, Kyle Odell, because we had 5 songs written that we presented to him, and we only recorded 1 of those that we actually provided. Mm-hmm. The rest of the album was fresh in the studio the 2 weeks that we were there, and that was it. So it was very in the moment that we wrote, and a lot of it had a lot to do with Kyle.
Yeah, when we went into it, we wanted a lot of production. On the last record, we didn't have too much production, like wub-wubs and bass drops and what have you. So this time we went in with the mindset of we're really going to push the envelope and do all the production on this one and kind of see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, sorry, go ahead.
One thing that Kyle had said was that, he listened to the songs that we brought and our previous record as well. And he said, your songs are good. I like these parts, but I don't hear the Almas. I can't tell you a definition of the Almas when I listen to your songs. So what we're going to do here is we're going to find that. And I think we really did on this.
Difficult?
EP. Yeah, kind of. We kind of had to check our egos at the door big time, having this outsider kind of, changing our sound.
Right.
But we really embraced that, and we just ran with it, and I'm really happy we did.
Okay. So I'm going to stay right along these lines of writing, because you kind of went to the next thing. Very emotional record, very deep meanings in the songs. Is there something I don't know where to start here. Let's say, you ever felt you were too vulnerable putting yourself out? Because some of these are deeper, right?
They are. I've never looked at it that way, because I feel like music really is just raw emotion that you can hear. And I feel like as artists, that's really all we have, is the best way to express ourselves, who we are, the people around us, is through our music. And I feel like the lyrical content was right in vein with what we were going through at the moment, and all of the struggles and challenges of life that we were going through, people around us were going through. And I think it's kind of like our version of a journal entry is, writing a song like this.
Yeah.
Never worried oh shit, I don't know, my best friend's going to see this and doesn't really know that part of me or anything, or you don't care?
I don't know if we really cared.
Yeah.
There was even, a while back we had a song Reflection, and that was specifically with one of our buddies, actually a couple different people in our lives. And, they're well aware that, hey, this song, is very much so based off of you and your experiences, what you're going through, and then taking our spin on it to relay a message that we really want the viewers and listeners to have. So we do draw a lot off of like our situation and people around us.
Yep.
So from what I've read, very mental health focused, which is something usually I have a co-host with me. We talk about it endlessly, especially in the hard music, because this kind of music is more cathartic, I think, than anything else out there, and people identify it with. But shoot, I just lost my train of thought. I had a really profound thing. Oh, I know what I was going to say. At the end of the day, though, is there something you want your fans to walk away from after listening to this record? And do you feel any sort of responsibility to them?
Well, the only thing we want them to leave with is the fact that maybe for that 15 minutes or however long the album is, that for that time period, you were taken out of your situation and you could have a moment of relief in your head. That's the most we could ask, is hope that maybe you had a couple moments of peace listening to that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's what music is the best for, I think, right? It gets you out of that funk and gets you into even, obviously their stories are not your stories or my stories not your stories, but we can connect through that. And I'm like, even if I'm off base on what you're talking about, when it connects with me and changes me, that's a pretty powerful thing, right? As a creator.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the music itself is like universal language. What you feel and I feel from it is different, but it's making us feel a certain way. The lyrics are just a way of expressing how the song made us feel. The music makes us feel, but how you feel is different, So.
Yeah, and it's all about, relating it to your own life and, the context of what you're going through at the time. And, like Frank said, you might interpret it slightly different than somebody else, but you're still connecting on the same thing and the same feeling that song is giving out.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys are writing, are you all writing together or are you bouncing stuff, back and forth across the emails or whatever?
Well, there's definitely no emails involved.
Yeah.
When we write, we are together. With this this new EP that we recorded was different than we used to do. We would actually get together in our practice space and kind of jam a couple different riffs or what have you. But this new writing that we did with the new songs came out of just in the moment. Kyle might have Frank says some wub wubs that he had, or a couple synth notes, and we'd work on either some vocals or a melody from there. Then we'd kind of lay down some programmed drums or MIDI bass, something, and then he'd be like, all right guys, come up with a guitar riff, or let's do this or that, and we'd kind of build it, but all be in the same building, all kind of working on different parts and stuff.
Do you ever write for the stage, like how a song is going to come across in the live in front of a crowd, or do you just write a song and then adapt it later?
I'd say for playability, yes, we write it for the stage for the most part.
The intention is that we won't ever write anything that we couldn't perform on stage. So with that in mind, I think some songs are like Burnout, I would say is more of a stage song than it is one to listen to. But like Crowns is one you can really listen to. But I wouldn't consider that like the stage song. The one, I don't know. But
I think when we used to write all together in a room and stuff like that, that was definitely the case. There were some songs that we knew would just come across really well live. And so like a song we still play, I think, is Toxic. Is one song that is like that, where I want to keep it in the set forever because I love playing it, and it's a fun song to play live. So I think gets people moving around a little bit. It's fun.
But I guess if we're writing specifically for the stage or something, I don't think we really think about that.
I think the only things we think about are like, oh, this part is going to be awesome live.
Yeah,
kind of a thing. This is going to be sick.
But it's not written specifically for the stage or specifically for an album. I think after the songs are written, then we kind of decide, okay, that'll be a really good stage song, and this one's more of an album song, But after it's written,
I think we can also too, like in the studio, kind of decide where songs are going to be in the set too, based on their vibes. Like like Frank mentioned, Burnout is a definite live song, and it's the opener of our set right now. And it has been for a while, and that's just the feeling we get from it. We're like, yeah, we could close with it, but nothing can open like that song.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you touched on something interesting there, and I think it's a sort of a lost form, right? Like people used to put sequence records. So you'd spend time, like the whole band would punch each other out and sit in the control room going, no, this one goes here. But you were creating a vibe and a journey, for lack of a better word. That's a lot that's missing now. And I guess you also have to do that same thing for the live set, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to take people on a musical journey, and we want the messages of the songs, the vibes of the songs, everything to kind of wrap up nicely.
Yeah, it's got to be cohesive. The album's got to be cohesive. You can't have these off the wall songs, really. Or you could, but
Right.
but we're not writing a concept album either. We're not taking it through a Van Gogh story or some crazy.
Right.
It's walking that fine line in between, I think.
Yeah.
All right. And then lastly, I was reading something about who are these songs. This song is written for a certain group or that you belong to. Did I miss that? Some veterans.
Yes. So we.
Okay, I know my notes and I can't find it. I'll edit this all.
No worries. Yeah, we wanted to dedicate this newest release, Lifeline, to the company, or not company, a organization called Rock to Stop 22. And Frank, this is usually your part.
Rock to Stop 22 is to raise awareness about the suicide in our returning home veterans. We found out through that event that on average 22 veterans a day commit suicide. And when we learned that, we wanted to always make sure that we incorporated kind of a thank you and bring awareness to our veterans. We kind of geared Lifeline and its music video towards that. And I think, we didn't explicitly say it in the music video or anything, but a lot of veterans have commented saying, hey, this really touched me, or I understand what you were going for, and it's great. And
like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that I just never thought of. It never crossed my mind that they struggle with that kind of stuff. We all sit around here and complain about our depression, stuff like that, but I always forget about them and what they went through, just so we can have the ability to complain.
The McDonald's got my order wrong. Okay.
Yeah, So,
yeah.
So I'm going to side note you for a second, because in my real life job, I am a police dispatcher, 911 operator. And one of my favorite, it's tough, but you get a lot of funny ones too. And one of the best calls I ever took years and years ago, dude pulls into a rural McDonald's at like 11:45 at night and says, I want French fries. So the owner gives him the fries. The guy throws them back at him and says, I want fresh oil. And the dude's like, hey, listen, take the French fries. They're free. I won't even charge you. He won't leave. He throws the next set back. So they called the cops because he wanted him to change the oil so he could have French fries that were fresh.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
That's a real story.
Unbelievable.
I called you for that.
Sorry, you took me totally somewhere else.
That's crazy, man.
That's hilarious.
Well, also thank you for all the work you do.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
Not an easy one.
No, 19 years. I got 2 more to go.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Well, kudos to you.
And there's lots of, horrible stuff, obviously, but those funny ones stick out in my head, and that was a real thing.
Oh my gosh. I'll have to remember that, and maybe I'll have to call you next time somebody messes up my not fresh fries.
Hey, guess what, man?
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, if fans want to find you guys, how do they get hold of you? Can you give us all your socials?
Well, we like to make it as easy as possible for us to remember, so that anyone else that needs to hear it, it's at Almas the Band across all social media. ALMAS the Band. Same with our website, almastheband.com. Our emails, almastheband@gmail.com. So if anyone wants to get a hold of us there, but all of our links and contact information's off of our website. But yeah, like, follow, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you think, if you like us or not. We'd
We
love
don't
to
care.
hear it. We don't care.
Yeah.
It
Either
helps
way,
the
like-
algorithm.
Yeah.
Appreciate
It does
it.
help the algorithm. And at the end of the day, how much do you put into the naysayers, right? They could just, everybody can have a keyboard and be an insulter, but do you pay much
It's
attention
like-
to that?
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
No, I mean, we do entertain it sometimes when people give us like, it was like, oh, this band sounds terribly generic from the 90s dad rock or whatever. And I'll be like, all right, well, that's your opinion, but thanks for the comment. We
Yeah.
appreciate
I
it.
always say, well, if you could show me some of your music, I'd love to just see, maybe I can get some inspiration. And no comment back. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, or come on out to a show. We got you a ticket waiting at the door.
Yep.
We've done that.
We actually did. We made a special VIP ticket for one of the naysayers because we do paid advertisements for all of our shows, and on one of the ads that we were running, there was a comment from a person that was like, "Oh, this sucks," and so we invited him out to the show. We're like, "We'll cover the ticket. We'll give you VIP everything."
We got him beer,
The
like
free
a bucket of
whole
beer.
bucket of beer.
And we don't drink, so we just handed it out to people at the bar because this guy never showed
He
up.
didn't show his face, and he said he was coming after talking crap, and I'm like,
And and we even had like a private like direct message thread going with him and everything. So we're like, here's the pictures, like we got it all set for you.
Yeah.
And he was so
He ghosted us.
he didn't come.
It's terrible. That would have been a great turnaround story. Leaves
Right.
buying
Yeah.
a T-shirt.
We were
Yeah,
excited.
but we
so excited.
We always try. We try.
that's the best story I've heard. That's a good one.
Yeah, so it's like we don't take it personally. If somebody doesn't like our music, well, it's not for everybody, but it's music we like, and we hope that enough people can enjoy it enough where we can keep doing it.
Yep.
I think once you make music for someone else, you can hear the difference. And with you not as connected to it, I don't think the listener is as connected to it either. So,
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
That's-
true.
Yep.
and what does this look like live for you guys?
With the rest of the year?
Yeah,
Oh man,
Ooh,
tons of tours, man. Like
so much.
really?
we got a tour right now we announced, which is going from the end of June into July. It'll be a kind of a Midwest East sort of tour. And right after that, we fly over to the UK. We got a handful of dates in the UK. And then we come back, we hit the studio for 2 weeks. And then right after that, we pretty much head out on another tour, which will take us into November.
Oh wow, good for you. So busy.
We are busy.
Yeah.
Studio. You're not recording new stuff already, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been
So
almost
Yeah,
2 years since
it
we
was
recorded.
summer of 2021 that we recorded.
22.
22, that's
Yeah.
right. Summer of 22 that we were in the studio recording, and we've only been slowly dropping out those singles ever since. So we've got one more coming up.
Yeah. But yeah, by the time that's released, we'll be in the studio, have new stuff, we'll prep music videos and do everything and start the cycle all over again.
Yeah,
keep
all the
rolling.
glorious behind the
Yep.
scenes stuff.
Oh yeah, it's the same on my end, all that kind of junk. So I get you.
Yeah.
I do like the record though, and you definitely have a fan because I had really no idea. But you're like
Oh,
the second
thank
or
you.
third band today that I've just been totally blown away by. Do you guys like heavy stuff at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
We listen to surprisingly large.
So you may already
variety.
be aware of them, but ever heard of Shrapnel?
I have,
I've
yes.
heard the name. I don't know if I've
I
heard.
definitely had heard the name, knew nothing about them. I was blown away today or last night when I was prepping for this stuff. So it's great to like just have, new stuff to listen to and to tell people about.
Yeah,
I agree.
Oh, very cool.
Awesome. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's incredibly produced. It's good. I mean, it's
Awesome.
beyond good.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Well, definitely on our to-do list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for your contribution to the music world and good luck on the road.
Well,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate
be
your
well.
time.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Take care,
you.
man. Bye.